What's up YouTube, Cap over here, and welcome to another week of the Little Cup Champions League. As last week we did clinch a berth in the finals. That's right, your Vancouver Wingulls are in the finals in season 1 of the Little Cup Champions League. I'm so jacked, I'm so happy. I sound incredibly excited, don't I? Anywho, this week we're going to be going against the Wilmslow Wartortles, coached by Drell's TV. That's right, TV is right here. And this week I can actually try things that are a bit more fun. I brought in some things that are safe as normal, Trick Room, Fletchling, but I brought in a different Krabby, and I brought in the Shroomish to get some play time because he's been sitting on the bench for quite some time. Last week I did bring him, but he didn't get any play time, so we'll get this battle on its way. And he sends out Scraggy while I'm going to send out Porygon, and that's not a really good matchup for me because, well, he can Drain Punch me and wreck my life, so I'm going to switch out into Spritzy over here because that makes sense to me. It makes so much sense, and he ends up going for a Dragon Tail. So I'm like, what sort of Scraggy is this? This is pretty interesting. And now he's gonna send out his Lileep, this beast of a thing, and I actually let this thing set up on me. I'm like, oh snap! Lileep is under a Trick Room. That's a fast Lileep. This is really bad. And he ends up setting his Stealth Rocks, which is a bit of worrisome, but I get my Toxic Orb up, which means I will be restoring HP slowly but steadily as he's going to send out Ponyta. Haha! Ponyta, I actually went for a Swords Dance and I'm under the Trick Room, so I can put this thing to sleep. That's right, a +2 Mr. Mush in front of a Ponyta is gonna do some work over here. That does so much damage, and I'm like, wow, calm down, man. Calm your horses down. See what I did there? That's pretty clever. Anywho, I can go for the KO, assuming he doesn't wake up over here. And Mr. Mush is just gonna pick up a free KO over here, and I'm like, darn, man. Darn, you gotta calm down. You've been sitting on the bench for too long. All this pent-up energy, that's crazy. That is so nuts. And then I've learned over here that I have nothing to touch this Natu with Shroomish, so I'm forced to switch out. I've got Doc Dodgers, but that's still not the ideal situation over here. He goes for the Dazzling Gleam, and I'm like, what was he predicting? What sort of prediction was that? Because he has Drill Peck and U-Turn, and he was against Mr. Mush. It might have been a misclick, but hey, he decides to go for the U-Turn over here, sends out Lileep again, and I don't like this thing. I don't like it a lot. I'm not a fan. Not a big fan, as I'm just going to recover some HP. I know this thing can't do a lot of damage on me, but he ends up doing the worst thing possible to my team, and he ends up Toxicking me. So I'm going to see how much damage I can do. Ends up I can't do a lot of damage. This thing's going to be a huge annoyance to my team in general because it seems like this thing is Eviolite. I wasn't sure why my attacks weren't doing a lot of damage. And I'm like, oh, we'll just send out Aang now. Predicting him to switch out or something, but I guess that didn't really make much sense. And now I have to like really get some damage off the Lily because it can restore so much HP so quickly. Thank goodness it doesn't get like Leech Seed or something like that, because that would be so annoying. So I get the knockoff off the Natu. Ends up he has a Focus Sash, and he's just gonna go simply for a Psychic over here, trying to KO that Mean Fu. There we go. As this is actually gonna knock me out. So unfortunately, Doc Dodgers goes down over here, and I'm like, oh snap. I have less things to do stuff with. I can go for Fake Out over here because this is my Fake Out something set. This might be my Assault Vest Mean Fu. I wanted to test it out, see how it works. I did bring it before, and it does do a decent amount of work as it easily takes out the Water Spout. And I'm just gonna go for knockoff its Berry Juice, and I'm like, yes, that is nice. That is really nice because that means that those attacks are going to be doing a lot less damage, and Mr. Mush can easily eat up anything that this thing wants to throw. Goes for a Scald, and I'm like, well, I'm already poisoned, so Life, man. Life is gonna be tough. So Mr. Mush is actually putting in a decent amount of work. And I'm really happy about that. I'm surprised that he does put in the finest of all work. So I'm like in a pretty decent situation over here. So I can set up a Swords Dance or go for a Drain Punch or go for a Seed Bomb. But I decided to go for the Swords Dance. I figured, hey, he's asleep. I'm gonna get a couple turns of sleep over here. As long as he doesn't wake up here, I'll be awesome. And what do you know? He wakes up. So I'm gonna catch this Flamethrower. And a lot of HP will go down to Mr. Mush, and I'm like, wow, that wrecked my life. Now I don't have a lot of stuff for Lileep, because Mr. Mush actually checks Lileep really, really well. And now I get poisoned after, or paralyzed after the fake out, and I'm like, wow, that sucks. That really, really sucks. Just a bit. It sucks a bit. So we learned this thing is choice back. That's why that Flamethrower did so much damage, especially to my Assault Vest. Aang over here. That thing could have swept. It could have really, really swept really quick. So I decided to switch out once again because I have Spritzy still at full health. And Drain Punch, Dragon Tail. This thing can't do a lot of damage on me. It's the ideal situation, so it's just a smart play to make over here. As Lileep once again will come out, and I'm like, wow, this Lileep is gonna be the death of me. It is just so bulky. So now I have to figure out a way to get this thing out of here. And Aang actually does threaten it out, as he's just gonna go for Recover, and I'm like, well, that's not too bad, because now I can go for a Drain Punch or something like that, assuming I don't get paralyzed. And ends up I do get paralyzed, so I'm like, wow, that is not good. I gotta switch out because I gotta save as much HP as I can on Aang. I do have the Berry Juice on this Mon, so I can restore some HP over here. But this Lileep is really taking the game back. It is really, really taking the game back. I do believe I have high jump kick on this Mon too, instead of Drain Punch or something. That's why I keep switching out. So he misses his Toxic. I go for the Fake Out. Don't get paralyzed. I'm like, yes, that's perfect. That's awesome. That's what I need. So he goes for another Giga Drain, and I'm like, okay, all right. And I get paralyzed. When I went for the high jump kick to get some damage off of this thing, and he takes me down. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty unfortunate. That sucks. That sucks a bit, but hey. What can you do? What can you do? What can you do? As I'm just going to set up the sub over here. And he ends up going for Toxic, the best situation for myself. As now I can just go for a Sword Santa. I'm like, yes, this is perfect. Now Fletchling can simply just go for Acrobatics. And I can simply sweep the rest of his team over here. So I'm just going to go for Acrobatics. Or set up another Swords Dance +4 Fletchling on the field right now. That's pretty scary. That is frightening. I don't care what's on the field right now. A lot of things will just go down to the might that is Fletchling. As Scraggy's gonna come out. I'm guessing he wants to... I don't really know what he wants to do with this. But Scraggy doesn't handle the Acrobatics well at all. And now it's just me and 3 Mons versus Lileep. So I'm like, I can do this, no problem. And that's how much damage a +4 Fletchling does. And that is surprising. That just told, even at this moment he's like GG, and I knew that I had nothing to really, really take this Lileep, because like it's just doing so much damage. So I have to go at +4. I know I only have like a couple attacks on this thing at most, and I had to make sure each of those attacks really did matter, because I have to get this Lileep to a range of where I can potentially take it down. So my only 2 Mons have nothing that can do super effective damage on this thing. And Krabby is weak to grass. So I don't find myself in a really particularly fond situation, but I do get the special attack drop, and I'm like, yes, thank you so much, thank you RNG. So now what I need to do is I just need to keep on going for Moonblast, hope I get the special attack drops, and yeah, that's the only thing I can do at the moment. The Lily actually does outspeed me, which is a bit of a surprise, so yeah, that's a bit of a surprise over there. I do get another special attack drop, so that's 2 stages down on the Lilip, and I think the Giga Drain won't take up my Krabby, but I can keep hitting this thing with Moonblast, but he does land the poison on me. I knew I couldn't go for a Trick Room just because that would have been bad. It would have been bad just in case he took me down. That would have put a lot of pressure on myself. And I think at the situation, I actually do go for the Trick Room. I know I have enough HP where I can pressure him to just keep on going for recover. I saw that he was just going to go for recover. So if I just keep on the offensive, I am going to get eventually a couple of special attack drops. And I can simply outlast this Trick Room over here. My infamous V Trick Room. So I do get another crit over here, but he's just going to recover. And at this point, it's just going to be recover for him, because HP or the Toxic will take me down. But I do know I have to live a couple more turns of Trick Room and Poison. I do know that I have enough HP to live one more turn of Toxic damage, and luckily for me, it is at 0.4 special attack, which means it's not going to do a lot of damage on Krabby, so Krabby can potentially live one Giga Drain or something like that. So now I've got Chad over here. I'm like, alright, Crab Hammer, wait, Storm Drain, derp, bad move on my part. He ends up just going for a Toxic, misses the Toxic. I'm like, wow, I got off really lucky over here, and you can see why. Because I end up going for a knockoff, which is something I should have gone for. And he goes for the Giga Drain. So if he had just went for Giga Drain twice, that would have been GG for me, or for him. And now I end up going for a superpower, and what do you know, without the Eviolite and a Life Orb, Chowder actually brings me the battle. So well played. That really came down to the Lilip, and if I could take it down with the 3 of my mons I had. And wow, Lilip is something, if you don't prepare for it, you might potentially get stalled by it. So we do pick up another win, and that's incredible, because this was a really fun battle, and I got really worried there for a bit. So if you guys enjoy this, be sure to like, subscribe, share, do any of the above. That'd be pretty awesome, as your Vancouver Wingulls will pick up another win. And next week, I do believe it's our finale, so be sure to watch out for that. But I'll get going, so this is Cap, signing off.